Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit and drinking wine. Like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
Yes, bro. Welcome back to another Liddy podcast with the bros.
Yes, bro. Fire.
How's it going, people?
How's it going, people?
How's it going, people?
Oh my god, how's it going?
How's it going? Long time no speak.
So basically, we haven't done a podcast in like over a month now.
Yeah.
So we want to just get into why we haven't done a podcast and like what's to come. We're still here, but
Me and Shay fell out.
Shane Ross fought
No,
in Manchester.
Me and Shay would never fall out.
I kicked the fuck out of Ross.
Yeah,
That was it. That was it.
Pussy.
2 hits.
No, yes, how's it going, people? Welcome back to
No,
another
yes.
episode of the Here's the Craic podcast. First podcast of 2023.
Did we not just say that?
How are we? No, you didn't. You just went like,
We've been
oh.
up, this is the first podcast we've done in about a month.
Let's not start the new year in a bad note.
The new year's over. You can't talk about the new year anymore. It's mid-year now.
Yes, it's 2023, and yes, you haven't heard from us in a little while.
Yeah. So
Let's
yeah,
dissect. Let's get into that.
Yeah.
we'll just stop the podcast because we couldn't be fucked anymore.
Quite literally.
Shit got too litty, bro.
No, basically,
Yeah.
we couldn't contain the vibes.
Yeah.
So,
Too many vibes. Though.
Let them go for a while.
No,
So yeah.
putting it very simply, towards the end of 2022, we decided to ramp up this stuff and do 2 podcasts a week, and then just communications broke down.
Two
We
litty
just-
podcasts a week. So
we just ended up being like, do you know what? Let's take a step back and actually think about what we want to do here. So
we're back bigger and better than ever.
probably less, probably smaller, because we've probably lost about half the audience.
So
in time, but,
basically, we're not only going to be doing 1 podcast a week now, but we're getting more guests on.
yes,
We've been booking guests this month.
we're not just saying. I think that's the reason why we kind of waited so long to actually do like this podcast, because we wanted to actually get people in the pipeline
Yeah.
before we opened our fat mouths.
We wanted to get the guests booked basically before coming back, so we knew. I was just getting it scheduled, getting the timings right, making sure everything's ready to go.
Yep.
So we're going to be back now. Next week, we're going to be dropping our first guest podcast,
Yes.
which we recorded recently.
We've also brought someone on for the filming, Aaron,
Yes.
who will be helping us out with the guest podcast.
The quality
Yeah.
of the guest podcasts are going to be insane.
Litty.
It's yeah.
So
So
you're
we-
literally going to be
basically,
Literally,
like
literally.
we feel like obviously towards the end of 2022 we put a lot of effort into like making more.
Yeah.
I think this time we're flipping it on its head and we're going, right, we just want to actually produce more better stuff. So for those who are maybe sitting wondering what does that mean, basically means that for 1 podcast there'd be 2 podcasts a month which will aim to be guest podcasts. Obviously guests are going to be
No,
you know
no
really hard to
excuses.
get. So
We've guests lined up.
yes, we've guests lined up. So like
Stop stressing.
so the aim will be to have 2 guest podcasts a month and 2 solo podcasts a month. So it gives you a good
Variety.
variety. So for those who like the solo podcast, you'll still get the crack and the banter of the solo podcast. And for those who like learning about interesting people from Belfast and from Northern Ireland and from wherever, you're still going to get that too.
I think we started out trying to get interesting people on from Northern Ireland that might not necessarily be that famous
Yes.
or well known. So we're going back to doing that, getting people on you might know, but you know, they've made a name for themselves in the industries they're in.
And if you don't know, you'll get to know
Yeah.
because we're going to be talking to them. How are you feeling, Shay, about the whole scenario?
Absolute litty vibes. Like, I'm so psyched. So psyched for what this
I don't
year
think
has
I've
to
ever
bring.
seen you more psyched in my life.
Yes, bro. Can't wait. Like.
I've been watching so much TikTok recently.
Will we
Um,
talk about some of the guests we've got coming up?
No, I don't think we will. I think
Should we say how we're doing it in? Is it 8 weeks or is it 10 weeks?
Yeah,
So we're doing a 10-week block.
yeah.
That's
At a
not
time.
going to really affect the listeners. Like.
No.
Well, it's just so they know what's coming. Like, so we're going to just hit it hard for 10 weeks,
Yes.
and then
Listen,
we're going to take a break for 2 or so,
we started
then
this.
back again.
As long as there's guests lined up, we'll be podcasting.
We-
We may take 2 weeks off and they mightn't even know because
Yeah,
podcasts are going to be flowing. Like,
We have it. We have
pouring
it.
out podcasts.
We have it set that we're not going to have you missing out. Like if you are listening, obviously we appreciate everybody who's listening so far and tuned in because. How long have we been doing this? 2 years.
Too long, hey?
Yeah. We started this podcast obviously 2 years ago, and like we didn't really know what we were doing, and we just kind of winged it.
Fucking
and we still are winging it, to be honest. So it's like, bear with us. The three of us have jobs. This is not our full-time careers, unlike some. So like at the same time,
No man, no fun.
we're only human. And we'll do our best. We'll do our best. And if you haven't already, obviously be sure to follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, all that there jazz.
If you're listening to the podcast right now or watching the podcast, drop us a DM and tell us what you want from the podcast, what guests you'd like to see, what do you like about the podcast. And I know you're maybe listening thinking, oh, someone else will do it. No, you do it.
Yeah.
You message. If you're listening to the podcast now, right now, go on your phone and send us a DM. Because no, you're not. Nobody else is doing it. So don't be sitting there thinking, oh yeah, no, some Abba will do that. No, because he's not. Just do it. Like, you've been listening to the podcast this long, and you still haven't messaged us.
There's 36 yous out there like listening to this.
There's hundreds of you listening. I mean, come on, like seriously.
Yes,
ridiculous.
that'd be much appreciated.
Hundreds and thousands. Like Spotify's coming. Like, Spotify exclusive. Let's go. Olivia Neal's got nothing on us. Yo.
Can smell it coming.
Mm.
Spotify did not. Never mind. Anyway, we'll talk about. Obviously, we've covered that now. Listen, stay tuned. There's more coming. Guests.
We're back.
More crack.
And there's guests coming.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's
Shout
photos
out.
coming.
Shout out to.
And the boys are coming.
Shout
go.
out to the boys.
Boys and the girls.
But yeah, so maybe obviously we give you a quick life update as to what's been happening anyway. So nothing much is the shortened version,
Good
but we
place to
did.
start there. Get everyone
We did.
excited,
We
That's
did go
the end
to
of that segment then.
The boys went to Manchester.
Want to money.
Went to Manchester.
Let's go.
Went to Manny. Let's go. Where did that come? No, we went to Manchester at the start of January to watch a United game.
Yeah.
Litty
Oh,
vibes.
it's so litty vibes.
Tell you something.
Litty
It was litty vibes.
Money was so
It was a good trip. Really enjoyed it. Better than the last time whenever we went over and the match was cancelled.
Yeah.
So just, vibes from start to finish.
losing count of the vibes here.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was it. Ended up just took over.
Met some fans.
We did actually meet.
We
Nice.
actually met boys in money.
Which
watched the
Stop
pot.
saying Manny.
That watched the potty. And it was Liddy.
Bruce.
Bro.
That was weird because I remember Ryan, who went with, said, "Oh, like I think someone will come up to you," and we were like, "No, they won't." And like, I don't think you can match the fact that someone yelled at you when were you on a balcony in Lanzarote and somebody was like,
Yeah.
"You that boy that does that
There's
podcast."
there's people from here like seeing
Yeah,
us. Like
I
there's
know.
boys from
Sorry,
some
some
Lanzarote.
fucking Spanish boy like waiting tables.
Hola,
He's like,
señorita.
Fabio. Like, hello, Thomas. I love the podcast.
Tu podcast es estupendo.
don't even know what accents they were.
But yeah, no.
We're
thought
basically famous. Like,
this is it.
what Ross is trying to say is we're famous and we can't go anywhere. Like,
We
trying to
definitely
go
can. It was just
on a wee break and like pops everywhere, looking
Um,
autographs.
shout out to the two boys
Dipping.
who walked past us in the McDonald's in Manchester when we were definitely hanging out of our asses, and they were like, "Love the podcast, bro."
We ain't that often.
But whatever the
Oh,
second
you were in
day,
bad
whenever
shape.
you were in bad
You went
shape,
back to bed.
You went back to bed afterwards.
Actually?
yeah, man, we were in McDonald's.
Fuck,
the three of
boys,
us were
we
clean.
can't go anywhere. Hey.
These boys walked
Was I
past
with
us like,
yous?
"Love the podcast." Yes,
Yes.
man. Yeah.
We had 2 McDonald's that day.
Yeah, we
That is
too.
bad, Nick. Eh?
This was after we dragged you out of the casino. Or before the casino, actually. Yeah.
What do you call him?
Oh, my word.
I
yes.
thought that was in for you to start telling.
so-
I can't remember his name.
What is
La-
his name?
Salvo.
Salvo.
You Trump.
So anybody, if you're listening to this right now, right, we went over to Manchester and there was a casino a couple of, like literally 5 minutes down the road. Manchester 235, shout out. There was one guy, he was at the blackjack table And let me tell you
He was
something.
dealing cards and ruining lives.
Unassuming by the... I mean, I done well off him the first night. Thomas, on the other hand, he stripped Thomas of all his dignity, respect. Thomas was not happy.
Playing the game.
That was
The game was playing me.
And then
I
there's
think to sum it up, right? Playing blackjack, salvo on the decks. And like, this just sums it up. Like,
Yeah.
you were getting really good hands and just not winning. So this summed up my night. Like. We're playing dealt 2 queens. I'm like, holy fuck. Split them. 2 queens.
Bloody because I'm fucking litty, bro.
Liddy, it's about to get liddy. Split them. So we got 2 queens, basically 10, right? So with 2 10s. Next thing, dealt 2 10s. Sitting there with 2 20s.
Oh, that's when the whole
Gonna
table went
double
fucking
my
mad.
money. Everyone on the table is like, yes, lad, this is so litty, let's go. And I'm like, I know. And then Salvo, bang, 21.
Blackjack.
He blackjacked me.
he pulled,
And I was
he
like,
pulled church
and then I
trousers
just
down
ripped him over the table and beat the fuck out of him.
He was
Oh,
just
so funny. The
calm
dynamic.
But
about
that
it too,
happened
like.
so much. Like, everyone at the table was feeling the pain. Like.
The
He's
dynamic.
robbing everyone. Like.
Unless you had 21, like, and then
Yeah.
you were getting 21 and not winning that much because he was getting
The
21.
dynamic of that night was so weird because I remember Ryan was obviously down playing poker and me, you and Shay were up playing blackjack, and I had like didn't lift as much money as you did because you obviously Mr. Money Man over here, and I remember
a
lost
grand on
all
blackjack
my
was
money.
good.
Like. And then I was sitting and I knew you weren't budging for another hour, and I went and got a drink, and then I came back again. I was like, let's lift another wee bit of money out and try it. Like, last bit of money, I thought, if I lose this, I'm going home and walking back to the hotel on my own.
Yeah.
And then turned that money into, like, should have left the table. Like, I thought in
You
my
were
head,
saying this as if I lifted a load of money. You lifted 30 quid.
I
Like,
lifted 40.
40 quid. I'm fucking batting
You
my
lifted-
house on blackjack.
Yeah, but like I remember sitting at the table, and was it you or Ryan was right behind me? And I just remember every time he passed me a chip, once I got to it in my head, I knew I've made, like, because obviously I'd lost the first 40, went and lifted a tenner and came back again. So as soon as I knew I had the 40 in chips,
You were like, you're by to the Hangover and all the fucking numbers. Is that the Hangover? Is that a different movie?
No, that was
What do you
Limitless.
call it?
No.
Yeah, he's Bradley Cooper. Like,
That is
I lifted the money and just pocketed the chips because I was like, I'm not tempted. And then I just keep remembering, because obviously we'd been out that night and we were
Yeah.
well on. And I just remember Ryan was like, you pocketing them? And I was like, lad, like, I'm just putting, so I'm not, I feel like I haven't lost, even if I do lose, if I walk away with 50. The next minute, I remember leaving the table, and in my head, I was like, I've made my money back. Then I went to the toilet, and I remember I was like, these chips feel wild heavy in my pocket, and I took them out and just started counting. There was like 90 quid, and I was like, what the heck have I been like, I didn't comprehend. So yeah, 40 quid up. You were £100 down.
Balling, eh?
Good for you.
You were not happy.
I've never seen a man more depressed.
You
Just
were
couldn't-
stone cold depressed.
Just couldn't catch a break. Like.
Didn't get out of bed until 2 the next day. Bad vibes. Bad.
Cursing Salvo in your sleep. Like. You had nightmares about him.
That
Man.
was it.
Nightmares
He
about
fucking
Salvo.
dealt you. Like.
He
But
dealt me bad.
he did. But no, it was a good time.
Good times.
But
good
definitely
vibes.
better than the last time anyway. But no, apart from that, that's
Going back, let's go.
really been Are we?
Yeah.
when.
Going back for your stag. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
On Liverpool.
Trip on Salvo, let's go.
But yeah, there's nothing really much, to be honest with you, to talk about else has been happening.
No
Like, we just
point
wanted to-
dragging it out. Like.
No. we
Point
thought we-
is, we're back. There's
Yeah.
guests coming on. We've got fucking company owners coming on. So basically, with agency owner coming on who basically worked with some of the biggest brands in the world, dropping next week.
Mhm.
We've got crypto guys. We've got property people coming on.
Yep.
Everything you want.
Business
Mixing it up. So stay tuned.
Teaching us how to make money rather than
Yeah.
fucking blow it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We do, obviously, we would
We're
like
changed men this year.
we'd like people to get something out of it. We don't just want to get
We
the
wanna
same
add value.
people on all the time.
Feed the values.
That's it. Like,
Providing value because,
That's
that's the game.
and if you don't like it,
Fuck
Keep
off.
listening. Keep watching.
tough. You might keep watching, keep dragging it out. You may like something. Like,
So yeah, we're gonna keep it short and sweet today. And
We
like
are.
I said, if you're listening or you're watching, get out your fucking phone and DM us on Instagram And let us know what do you like about the podcast, what do you want to see, who do you want us to get on.
Salvo.
And I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the person you're thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna do it. No. If you're listening right now, I don't care if you're driving. Get out your phone.
Yeah.
JK.
Whip it out.
JK. No, not really. Pull over on the hard shoulder and just
Whip her on over there.
Be the best DM you've ever sent here.
Exactly.
Russell send back dick pic.
Yeah. They're also sending you a photo of his grey pubes. No?
5 mag.
Right. I think that's it.
Me?
I think that's it.
We'll end it on that. Look.
There you go. Hey, we surprise you in your inbox. Let's go.
But no, thank you very much for listening. We will catch you in the next episode.
Tune in next week. Let's go.
Bye. Bye.